saying about
We're
the mod.
live.
It's like, no, I think this stuff is pretty important.
But
Live from my closet, it's D&D night.
I think
It's
what
generic tabletop role
Yeah.
playing.
it's not generic. It's nothing's
one-off.
nothing's
No.
generic. Apparently, everything's owned by someone.
Yep.
A retro
Hasbro, the role-playing game.
The disappointing
Hey.
thing to me is that a lot of games won't be D20 based anymore.
I love it.
Yeah, they're all gonna be
yeah.
D6, D12,
And
Yeah,
well,
okay.
I'm hoping,
D7.
I'm hoping D8.
D3.
But I think the MCDM game. Not that I have any particular insight, but I suspect, based on the games Matt Colville likes, it will use custom dice.
Ooh.
I
like
which
custom
on one
dice.
hand I love, but on the other hand I hate buying.
It's not as accessible. Yeah.
It's not as accessible.
That's right.
And I want. And okay, so I wasn't going to go on like a rant about this stuff. I was
Rant
trying to avoid it, but
away.
you brought it
I
out of me.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I think
I
that some smaller
Like
companies,
four
I think
times
some
already.
smaller company, not Kobold Press, they're going to do their own thing. MCDM's going to do their own thing. I don't know what Paizo is going to do. I suspect Paizo is going to keep doing what they do because they
want
are
a piece of the
friends
Paizo.
with WotC. Like, if you remember, Paizo was the publisher of Dungeon and Dragon magazine. Chris Perkins was the editor of Dungeon magazine. I think that's a relationship that's not going to go away. But I think some of the smaller developers need to get together and instead of all competing with play our game. No. Build a system
Yeah.
that's agnostic, that's just like here's whatever system is, if it's 46 or fucking 8d8, whatever the fuck it is, and then they go, all right, this is the basics of it. Now everybody goes and gets to make their game, so we're interchangeable. Like
Yeah.
the OGL, right?
Yeah.
And that way it's accessible to everybody.
Mm.
And no one owns the core thing and no one can take it away from anybody, because we're gonna see 500 million people or however many people play D&D keep playing into 6th edition because they're already in the ecosystem.
Mm.
And like,
Don't you mean one D&D?
well, we act like this is a big deal, but like this is probably like 10% of WotC's audience that we're talking about, right? Like WotC, like D&D isn't just in North America. Like I don't see anybody in Europe on Twitter talking about this. Not that Twitter's not even a good indicator of what's true of an industry anyway.
Or true of anything?
Yeah. Well, and it's also like I think that it's always important when we talk about like consumer conversations is to talk about like how like marketing and capitalism works, right? Which is the people who are most vocal about this are going to be the hardcore player base, but the hardcore player base is most frequently the people who will buy it no matter what. It's I saw a TikTok where somebody described it, and this was it's the apt analogy. It's somebody who, if you slap Pokemon on it, they're going to buy it. Regardless of how shit it is, regardless of what the reviews say, they're going to buy it because it's a Pokemon thing. Yeah, it's Pokemon. And so like, and there's no shade to that, but that consumer is not what the company is interested in. They're interested in the tangential market of the people who can be brought in. And like D&D has had a phenomenal run, especially with streaming, of getting tangential players into the game. And those are the players that they're focused on. And if they can capture that and like force them to only buy from them, like
Look,
I think there's a distinct discrete misunderstanding of what a D&D player is, because none of my players pay any money to play D&D. I pay tons of fucking money through the nose,
which we don't
for miniatures, dice, terrain, like on subscriptions to all kinds of stuff for people to not use, on the books that people don't use. I've invested way too much money into D&D Beyond for options for my players, only to find out most of them don't give a shit about those options. Most of them don't matter at all.
We do.
Like, you don't though. No one has even looked at Mythic Odyssey of Theros. I have that book on D&D Beyond.
I have the book. I don't need to look at it on
There's
D&D
so many
Beyond.
of them.
But because we use until we switch to Fantasy Grounds, which
I just have no need to use that for my character.
But that's the thing, is that like
Wildmount, though.
but that's because also I bought that book, so it's usable in D&D Beyond, right? Like, I had to buy all that stuff, but my in-person players, most of them don't even own player handbooks.
I have a
But how did they play?
was just
Well,
gonna
here's the
say-
thing.
Different
So, how
opinion.
much are you guys gonna pay to keep playing with me on D&D Beyond?
The same that we
Because that's what
have been
WotC
paying, which
wants.
is nothing.
Yeah.
I
here's
was just gonna say, I was somebody who hardcore was buying every mini wave that was coming out, every
Yeah.
book that was coming
See,
out.
there are
I was
people-
DMing at home. When I played in person, yeah, I had terrain, I had
But that's
stuff
because
I
you're
would paint and
DMing.
build. I know, no, even as a player, I wasn't always DMing.
No,
I'm
but
just
you
saying,
were DMing. Like, players aren't usually the ones who are out buying all the minis and buying all the books.
I
and stuff like
was.
that.
I'm telling you this. I did not start DMing. My brother DM'd, my cousin DM'd, then I was the third DM. I was so into it. I was buying all the minis. I was buying all the books for myself because I would read them, whether or not my character needed them. But when you would have
Yeah.
to rebuy them for D&D Beyond, I was like, I'm not buying it just to own it digitally. If I
Yeah,
already
I
have
don't like
it.
that either.
Anyway, I reached the point where it became so ridiculously priced with the pandemic, like price hikes, and it was just like so oversaturated, and we weren't even playing in person anymore. Like I only play online with you guys, so I just stopped buying them because I was like, I need to use this money to survive now. Like I didn't have that extra cash that I could just like, yeah, I'm gonna buy the next D&D book. Now I'm like, I used to buy a foil cover and a normal one.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
you used to
yeah.
buy
To buy
both?
the alt cover
Man.
and the normal one. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, because
no,
I
no.
work at a game shop, so
Yeah.
I get a discount on them,
That's
so
fair.
I could buy both.
The access and the
Like
discount.
now, I don't even buy the normal that comes out. Like they do Tyranny of
Tyranny of Dragons.
Dragon Queen or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
like,
did that
came
come
out?
out?
And I was like,
So
a month ago, and I
Kobold
did not
Pre-
care.
So, well, that's the third printing of it, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I bought the second printing of that, which was supposed to be an update, and they're like, "Yeah, we changed." They didn't actually change anything.
Like,
And
here's
that
an
was
HP
my
Foco.
start of being like, "Oh my god, why I got to not support this company?" Because holy
Yeah.
shit,
I
this is
okay.
bad.
So my comment is going to dovetail into what Brittany just said. I've been trying to explain this for the last five years, and it just I don't want to bring it up anymore. And I didn't even want to bring up this OGL thing. We can talk about markets and the science behind marketing and all these sort of nitty-gritty things, as well as individual experiences. The reason I'm upset is that I keep sort of seeing this thing where there's this amazing community that builds up. Everybody has good feels. Whatever your reasoning is for why you spend the amount that you spend doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, the reason you do it is because you like it, right? And the reason why you forget about shit, entire genres of things you spent your whole life for, is you stop liking it. So I'm not going to get into the weeds on this. I'm just going to say it's a lot of shit that I don't like anymore, and I know I've forgotten about, or at least most people have forgotten about. I don't forget for some reason. I'm cursed with remembering why
It's the
everything fucking
Elephant Man.
sucks now, and I don't know why people don't understand why they've been burned. They just don't see it. So this is just a situation of, well, we can argue about it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. All I know is people are going to like it less for their own personal reasons, whether it's political, whether it's for money reasons, whatever. At the end of the day, these are moves that I've experienced firsthand with a few other companies. I mean, this is why I call it a Games Workshop move. This is exactly the same bullshit that Games Workshop pulled last year. And
I mean, it's
they
what,
used to do every year.
to
right?
be fair, it's
Mhm.
what WotC pulled with 4th edition.
Sure, absolutely.
And they lost, and that was like they built up a lot of goodwill with 3rd
Yep.
edition, and then they squandered it with 4th. And
Yep.
the move right now is exactly what they tried to
It
do
is,
with
yeah.
4th, but they weren't
And
as subtle about it with 4th. It was just like 4th is locked down.
but also social media wasn't as active back then.
Oh no,
as well.
I mean, yeah.
So
of
the
course.
narrative
That's
they've lost
15 years ago.
the control of the narrative again.
They're
Now
lost
that
in the
mainstream
sauce.
media is posting it, right?
Yeah.
It's just like you guys can debate like what the impacts are going to be. I'm just saying, feels bad. I have X amount of dollars and X amount of
Say that in
time,
my house too.
right? No, but that's what it all comes down to. Feels good, feels bad. That's it.
Mhm.
And if something feels a little less good, you're going to spend the money on something that feels a little more good. So I don't know if this is going to hurt them. I think it will. I mean,
I think
it just I was upset this week because I missed ordering a Transformers secret layer bullshit magic thing. And now, you know what? I don't care. I was going to buy it for a friend, you know, as a gift, right? Cuz I don't personally have anything with Transformers and magic and all. Like it's such a they're so milking it, right? Like magic is like, oh my
mean,
god.
They have,
peop-
yeah, it's like every
Magic's
IP.
bad, right? But now I'm like, yeah, fuck them. fuck them all. You know, like I right now it's like, shit. All that's left for me to spend money on is Dune. That's the last thing. I've got no fandoms left.
Just wait. Just wait.
I
It's getting
know.
monetized.
Oh no, for sure.
course
No,
it
there's
is.
so many
It's
board games,
monetized.
and all the board games are crap now too. All right, let's be fair. There's only like 2 or 3 out of the 6 that have come out. But anyway, I don't want to get into that discussion.
I've
The
only
point
played
is-
one good one.
The point is,
which is the remake of the original, the Avalon
which is the
Hill
remake.
game.
Yeah, exactly. Which I incidentally have 3 copies of the old one. Anyway, and I'm never
Brag
gonna
about it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's more to piss you off, but
It does piss me off. Yeah.
yeah. I'll get the copy of that Dune RPG out too at some point.
I hate
Anyway,
it.
that's all I'm gonna say is like, yeah, there's just stuff that I don't pay attention to, and if people were really on top of things, they'd notice, yeah, you know, there's things that I grew up with that I don't pay attention to anymore either. So I think this is gonna be a huge pullback, and hopefully they get all the new fans they think they're gonna get, but they're gonna lose a lot of older fans.
They keep
well,
the tangent. Yeah.
Remember that when they change editions, the majority of players don't usually change over. And remember also that, admittedly, the people who work at WotC do not play the current edition of D&D. Most of them play 2nd edition still. They don't even play 3rd. They still play 2nd. So they don't even play the game they made.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
feels
good, feels bad.
I was trying to move away I've been trying to move into Pathfinder 2nd edition. Anyway,
I've noticed
that's
that, yeah.
certainly gonna. I don't. That's just as much up in the air. But I'm kind of feeling just going back to 1st edition Pathfinder. There's so much content for it. I miss it. I've got all the books. I'm gonna run Red Head of Doom in person. Like, it's one of my favorite adventures. I'm just
Sounds good.
I know that game better than 5th edition. I know that game like the back of my hand. But you know, we'll see. I've been buying more stuff in Fantasy Grounds, so that was before all this.
You know, Dave, if you want us to do like a subscription to you,
No,
like,
that's the thing is
$10 a month, I will.
I don't want
appreciate
people
you.
to have to pay. I don't
Patreon
want people
Dave.
to have to pay. In fact, well, the thing is, I already bought the super special license on Fantasy Grounds so that nobody has to pay anything. As long as I own the content, it's available. It's not a subscription.
I just don't want you to feel like you're not appreciated. I appreciate the resources you get for us.
I know.
And I do know how expensive it gets. So
I want to be flat out. I didn't realize that we could access the source books because you gave them to us. I thought we could only access them in the campaign, and I just realized that I can read them. And I'm not gonna lie, this has very much changed.
I also.
Laura's like, I will read them all now.
You're quite lucky because I forgot.
Well, I obviously have my own.
I forgot to change my subscription on D&D Beyond. So.
Oh, no!
So there's another year of 5e on there for you guys.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because this is the only 5e game I think I run now.
What else are you playing? You're playing Pathfinder.
We got a Pathfinder 2e game coming out. We just played a game of Cohort Cthulhu, which is a 2d20 game from Modiphius. That's an interesting system. It's distinct. They're shooting their shot right now. They're posting all about, we're going to do an open... like, everybody's announcing if they all have their own system, we're going to do an open thing, come make content for other things. Of course, yeah. But nobody's going to reach the popularity that...
No, that's the thing. Like, open community love is something that's very precious. And, you know, they threw it away just like Games Workshop threw theirs away, and it's really sad.
And 2 months before the movie comes out, like, that was a bad idea.
The only
remember,
thing
it was
that
leaked. It
You
was
already
leaked.
know.
the only thing,
Yeah,
the only thing
I
I
we
want to
can
know who
take away
leaked it
from this-
because that person's mad about it.
Well,
Person's mad about it.
There's normal people who work at Wizards of the Coast, like just normal people who want like to have a good community, and
There's normal people almost everywhere, guys.
yeah.
Can confirm.
It's not
Like,
me.
Somebody in the Discord posted a thing from Twitter where somebody was like really disparaging Jeremy Crawford, and I was like, yeah, Jeremy Crawford isn't Hasbro. Like, he's not the president of the. And my friend was like, yeah, that's a good point. I you know, and then he looked at the guy's profile. The guy, not Jeremy Crawford, but the person who posted that was a huge piece of shit. I'm like, yeah, we're not. This has nothing to do with the developers of the game. This has nothing to do with their design choices.
This is
a corporate
legal.
decision.
Yeah, this is corporate and legal who are like trying to finagle, and like some little crew of business analysts who have like crunched the numbers and figured out that they'll be able, like, they figure they'll lose this amount of the core players, but they can stand to game blah 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 blah. Like, it is so businessy, and it fucking, I want to be clear, I think it's fucking stupid.
Why have the last 3 Blizzard games sucked? Oh, that's right, because they're marketing not to us. These are not products for North Americans. These are not even products for Europeans half the time because we don't have the population and the money that the Asian markets do now. And that's what those companies want, which means we get better indie products. So focus on indies, focus on small independent creators because they make
That's what I'm
good
doing
shit.
on Kickstarter. I go ding ding.
Yeah.
Act.
Although, be
That
careful,
cool
Kickstarter, there's a
Filipino
few
one that they did.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
highly
And I was
They have
corporate
two of them.
Kickstarters.
Somehow I've never
Then-
been burned on Kickstarter.
I'm not either.
I
Nope.
haven't
I've been
either,
really
actually.
I've been
Oh, no,
really
I'm
Doesn't
talking about
matter.
being burned. I'm talking about cynical use of Kickstarter. Like, Simon is not an indie
Oh,
company
I'm
anymore,
sure.
right? Like,
But
Oh,
they just use, they have some of the most egregious Kickstarters now. Once they started out as a wonderful indie for the hobby of miniature painting, and now they've turned it this gross, like, oh yeah, we're gonna charge you for oxygen, and we're gonna charge you for looking up the sky today. Like, their Kickstarters are bullshit now. Anyway, sorry.
I don't
Feels
look up
bad.
at the sky
Feels
anymore
bad.
because
That's
I
all
saw
I'm
the
saying.
movie Nope.
my neck hurts too much when I look up because it's so used to doing this all the time.
I
on my
refuse to
phone,
look
so-
up.
I haven't
the
seen that
time I
movie,
saw
but
that
I get that
trailer-
reference.
When Kiki flew through the air in the trailer, I literally was like, it's on site with every cloud from now on. I didn't even have to see the movie
Has
yet.
everybody
And then
watched
I
Up
saw the
or
movie.
Nope? Because
No.
I didn't think
I
it
haven't.
was as good as Get Out. I think.
I loved it.
Oh, I love
Out.
Nope.
No?
Yeah?
I thought
You
it was
think it's
just as
better
good
than
as
Get Out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Ghetto was better, but I really like Nope too.
I haven't seen Nope, so no spoilers, please.
I won't.
I
wasn't
think
gonna talk about
Nope
plot.
is. I think Nope is still a better concept than it actually was a movie.
You know, you should
That's
see the menu.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
my
Is it
HBO.
Literally, like
Max.
yeah. So it's on
Okay,
my list
I'll
already
watch it.
because multiple people have told me. Yeah.
I
know.
Yeah, just don't
I know
look up
where to
anything.
find
I was
I
already
know where
gonna
to
watch
find
it for Amy Carrero,
Yeah, let's not
so like,
Yeah.
talk about
I
it was already
I
like
know
I
where to
knew when it
find
came
it.
out in
There-
theaters. I was
don't
like,
look up
Anything in
anything on it.
theaters near you.
No, don't.
Just watch it
I-
and be
yeah.
engrossed by how amazing it'll make you.
Now,
Like
when you
also
use the word
hungry.
gross.
Okay, I don't need
It got
to-
spoiled for me on TikTok of all
No.
things. Yeah.
Oh no, TikTok's the worst.
My mom asked me today how to make a TikTok, and I said
No!
that's never happening. You're not allowed
Okay.
on TikTok. You can go
So-
ahead and make an Instagram and make reels on there. Go make your vines elsewhere, lady. You are not allowed on
you
TikTok.
can go make a Vine.
I will not. You
I
will not
could
give
put
the
my
Chinese
Gucci
government all of your
on.
information.
Jesus. I have not even
Don't
heard
look at me like that. You
song
know
in
it's
real
true.
life.
You know it's true. There's a reason
Resist-
it's banned in other countries. It should be banned here. It's a
Resisting
very different
jokes.
app in China than it is in North America.
You guys know, since I'm on TikTok with some of you, that like I will go on hiatuses where I do not touch that thing for like 3 months.
Same.
And then out of nowhere, somebody will send me something, and then I'm back on the train for like a few weeks, and I'm like, why am I on here? It's terrible.
I usually
It's
send you
unsustainable.
things because you had sent me something like 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, oh,
know.
I finally watched it, and I'm gonna send you like 14
shits in the
things.
night.
If Elon Musk wants one chance to prove that he's not a supervillain, he will bring back Vine.
He won't do
Okay.
that.
No.
He's a dumbass.
Yeah, that's because he's
I've
a
always
You're gonna
supervillain.
spend money on something? That man?
Have you guys
doesn't
seen
have
Glass
one.
Onion?
Yeah, I don't.
I know
like it.
Steve
I don't
hasn't.
Like those movies.
But
I just don't. I just
Elon
don't
Musk.
like Rian Johnson movies. I don't
That's
like
fine.
Looper. I don't like Glass Onion. I don't. You know what I like though
That's fine.
is
Teach their own.
is Murder
Brick?
on the Orient Express,
Oh.
I
which
liked
is
the
like
parody
the proper
aspect of it.
version of. Why are you making that face? You know, there's more than one version of that movie, right? Or that book.
Oh
Like-
yeah, no,
I've done it like 80 times.
I actually don't like that movie. I also don't like what is it? Murder on the Nile or like
Yeah, Murder.
oh
whatever.
yeah, I never
yeah,
saw
and
it.
I'm like,
Yeah, I watched that.
you
and
don't
I
have
was like,
to. You don't have to because let me tell you right now, they tell you in the trailer what happens.
I
And
never
guess what
watched the
happens?
trailers.
Good.
I
oh,
just-
I know.
Don't watch
Trailers are
trailers.
terrible. They
They've
show you
lost
the
the
whole
art
movie.
now.
I think they
It used to
did.
be
I
beautiful.
think they've already made the best gentleman detective story they can. And also, Glass Onion is a remake, basically.
Tinker
of
Tailor
What's
Soldier
no. What's left of Laura or something like that. I gotta look it up. Colville did a whole thing about it. He did a whole podcast with somebody about how that movie's a remake of it's about a woman who goes missing, basically. Yeah.
It's
I
also
think I
like
think it's called What's Left of Laura.
it's an entire parody.
That-
because
actually, that is-
the
that
song
is a
Glass
movie.
Onion is about how the
Yeah.
Beatles were like, "Stop, our songs aren't that deep. Get over it." And then the movie's not that deep. Get over it. Like,
But what if there was more?
There
Listen,
isn't.
every time I watch one of those Knives Out movies, there's only been 2 so far, I know the killer right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, in the second movie, when something's happening, I pointed out to my parents and I was like, wow, the killer is doing something right now.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Well, I
right
mean,
now.
I can't speak to
And I
the
had to
movie.
rewind it for them.
I haven't seen either of them.
That's why I said
but
it
you know, maybe
vaguely.
that's not the. But maybe that's not the design of it.
No,
you
that's
know,
not the
maybe
point.
it's the-
Yeah,
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's not whether or not it's hard to solve. It's the message the movie is sending.
Sure.
You know
Well,
what?
also the
As long
ensemble
as
cast.
a
I mean, it's
certain-
fabulous.
Group of people always get shit on.
You want to go to ensemble? Watch the menu.
Yes.
It's okay.
You know what my favorite ensemble is? Our D&D group.
Mm.
Perfect.
we
segue
could-
into
Aw.
our playtime.
It was the dopamine along the way. I mean, the
try to
friend.
find segues every time we get distracted in the beginning. It just
It
doesn't
was
work.
the dopest of times. It was
It
the
was
not
the-
so dopest of times.
It was the gnarliest of times.
I like it. I like it.
So the last time we met, when we were
Good
actually
segue.
playing Dead Eyes. These fuckers were more or less adrift in the trackless sea. Not even in the Sea of Swords anymore. So westwardly, they have drifted in the ocean. In the
We
oceans of
tried. I want to
Poland.
be clear. We did try, but we also failed.
And I wrote. I wonder how long ago I wrote what happens next. Like it's probably like 6 months
so-
old.
Yeah, it's months old for sure.
So what am I starting with here? Okay. Let's see.
Didn't people board
Some-
our boat at the end? Was that
No,
a
you
thing?
No.
Oh, we
fought
killed
a
all
bunch
those
of-
We were on our
people.
way
No,
to
we
an island
boarded
for
someone
bear.
else's boat
Yeah.
after they boarded us.
Yeah.
No, you burned another boat down, and then you fought some. I think Sahagan, with a
Yeah.
troll.
Yeah, that was
And-
fun.
Oh yeah.
And now somewhere in the trackless sea, Xanon.
Mhm.
I just need you to roll initiative.
Yeah.
No one else.
I'm still carefully. I've spent so much time repairing this fucking balloon.
Don't worry. We got a
18.
thing. 18. Okay.
Got a thing.
Can you roll a wisdom save for me?
That is a great question. I sure hope I can.
Will you roll a wisdom save for me?
No,
May
I just
have
meant
a
I
wisdom
sure hope
save?
I can. 20. Ooh, not nat
Oh.
though.
Congratulations.
'Cause the kids
you
would say
do
it's a
not.
dirty
You
thing.
do not morph into a giant rat.
Oh
Oh yeah, that's a side effect of the
Oh.
lycanthropy.
Xanon, you getting like real like
Yeah, I was getting pretty tweaky when the battle
you get-
happened.
you
I remember
real,
that now.
like, and then you guys look up and you notice it's a full moon.
We should have got cheese at our last place.
So
Ah.
Xanon,
Ah, it
Xanon,
stopped
you're
up.
gonna be making one of those checks for the next
okay.
hour.
Just sometimes, like once
Every
a month, I
hour.
get a little like,
Cheesy.
constipated.
No, you told
I
it.
know
You
you're
told us
lactose
this.
intolerant.
No,
I
no.
understand.
You
Easy
told
all
us.
the time.
Well, typically
know.
Goliaths don't like they raise goats, but they may not be like milk drinkers. I mean, they're mammals, so they drink milk.
I
But
just
they
remember the
don't,
last
like-
time I ate a lot of cheese, I had to poop,
It's true.
and I had to save our friend.
I remember.
I'm a vampire, and you lost your shield. Oh, that shit was so fucked.
Oh, that poor shield.
It was a great adventure though.
Back in the day.
The audience is like, wait, what episode was that?
The
Like,
first one.
15
Before we
years
recorded
ago.
these.
Marcus.
Yo, yo.
Yo.
Post me making out with a banshee though.
Marcus, you're a bard, right?
Banshee was.
I am.
Marcus-
Yes.
Marcus has always been a bard.
Yes, of course.
That
Marcus, you're
defense,
not,
she kind of looked like Liv Tyler, so.
you're not really like
Nice.
you're used to the open road.
What? I'm not used to the open road.
approve.
You are used to the
Okay,
open
yeah.
road.
I was gonna say
What you're not used to is like a month at sea.
that's fair.
And if there's one thing bards hate, it's being cold and wet
This is very
on
true.
an
I prefer
uncomfortable
being
boat.
warm and wet, you know. What I mean?
Like for the like,
I hate
and
that laugh.
before you got on the boat, right? You were trudging through snow, and it was cold, and there was wind, and there was rain.
It's true.
And you've just been cold for so long.
It's just
I
so
need you to
long.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
Does 11 do anything?
You have full-blown flu-like symptoms.
Wouldn't be the first
Coughing,
time.
sneezing, chills, fever.
You have the artist formerly known as D&D COVID.
Do you remember in the animated Peter Pan movie when Captain Hook is sick and he's got his feet in the hot water and
when he
stuff?
has the heat thing, yeah.
I would have loved that.
These hot pads.
Thermometer.
Well, that's how
put
you
up my hood.
feel, but unfortunately,
Nice.
you guys don't have heating pads.
I
Or if
don't.
you do, if you recall, the ship has been so
Thoroughly fucked.
tossed by
That's
waves
it.
that the entire below deck is a huge mess.
Can-
So headache, nausea, fever, chills. Marcus, you're losing your voice.
No.
Oh no!
Can I use
That's his moneymaker.
prestidigitation to warm myself up a bit?
No,
How?
that warms
You're gonna light a
inorganic-
candle in your
it-
throat?
It
I don't know.
specifically it warms inorganic edible matter, if I'm not mistaken. It's for like heating
Inorganic.
up oatmeal, not for.
I want to heat up oatmeal.
Like, give me an apple. Stick it under my armpit.
I will.
Bambi.
Yes, that is me.
For the past 3 days, you've concentrated all your work on repairing the ship as best you can, focusing all your magical concentration into it. And all the while, you felt this dark cloud over you, which is maybe not abnormal. I don't know.
No, sorry, that was just
I don't
me.
know. I don't presume
Might
to
be a
know these
Wayne
things about.
cloud.
Who cares?
Well,
what
I know
write?
that. I know that I'm haunted. I know that. I know
The
that something's following me
sun
around.
doesn't shine through the same way for you that it does for everybody else.
No.
And I don't mean that in a figurative sense. I mean literally. The sun seems dimmer for you.
Oh.
Like everything's just got like this, like you're just like
Are your eyes like
every-
sunglasses now?
everything's a little murky.
A medicine check on myself.
I don't like that.
And the
You bring it
water.
to my attention.
The water is like calling to you to just like like when you want to go into a nice warm blanket,
Frodo did that once,
but
Don't
it's
do it.
like that, but the ocean, except it's not warm.
I don't I don't like the water all that
Could
much
be
though,
warm.
but it does seem very inviting.
And it's exasperated. Like you get this chill. Like you're still getting that chill down your spine anytime Gabe walks by.
Gabe. Remember when
Wait,
Gabe was
sorry,
hanging off
how
the
does
side
the-
of the ship during everything? Poor
He's just a
man.
big old
Times.
goofball. So yeah, you just can
Um,
live with that. That's your cross to bear.
Your cloud to bear.
Ooh, your strife to bear. 'Cause
I'm your
Final Fantasy
clown to
VII.
bear. Honk honk.
I'm a
Got
Bard to
that
bear.
reference, but I'm not-
The bear.
Bard to bear.
Bandy's gonna start getting. I mean, she's also exhausted. She's gonna start getting snappier every time Gabe walks past. I'm not gonna lie. Every time Gabe walks, like, she's gonna start giving him.
What did I
giving him
do to
business.
you?
Not
I
help.
didn't do anything.
You're not even. Yeah, clearly. Look at the ship. Are you even helping? I didn't think so.
I cleaned up a bunch of books, but then the waves knocked him over again. It's like-
Exactly.
Darn waves.
Why don't you go jump in that beautiful sea then?
Please stop knocking
don't-
over the books. They're making me sicker.
Join the army, they said. See the world, they said. I'd rather be sailing.
Yeah, it's pretty much my.
Stop rocking the boat. You're making me seasick.
On a separate note, everyone looks really good tonight. Like a camera wise,
Nice
we
and
look really.
clear.
Yeah, everyone's clear.
Really?
Speaking of
I've got,
seasick,
like,
Everyone's
can everybody
connections
make
now.
me?
Low
Can
res,
everybody
but-
make me Constitution saving throws
Steve,
good.
Steve, you're much clearer than normal though.
to see?
Okay, good. It's a different camera, so.
To see if you've got your sea legs by now.
20.
Yeah, that's a pass.
4.
That's a failure. Perfect.
11?
That
I choose to
is-
throw up.
This isn't
that's-
powered by the apocalypse. It can't be a
Choose
mixed
to-
success.
That is a pass.
Oh, good.
Well,
I also got an
forcefully.
11. Haha.
Okay. Well, of course, the only person who can't seem to get his sea legs is Derelith Fell. Well, I mean, Marcus,
better when it was an airship.
Marcus is fucked anyway. Marcus
I'm
is
still
feeling,
fucked.
Yeah, like terrible. But Derelith, like, you're just racked by seasickness. On top of that, you're in the midst of a fitful sleep. Your mind or spirit is sheathed in darkness. The echoing of a gavel rocks you, and in a blink, you are before a tribunal. The enormity of the entities around you render you to a mere speck of existence. But you're not in a void, you're in a crystalline cathedral.
This is like Sandman.
Is it? I don't know. I made all this up.
No, it just kind of sounds like something that would happen to Sandman.
It does. It does.
You know, when he goes all Sandman mode.
Hey, look, it's happening to me. I don't care about Sandman. Okay, all right. Keep
You
going,
should.
storyteller.
You should.
I've never read it or seen it.
You should watch it.
There's a ringing in your ears, sort of like tinnitus, and then it gets louder and louder until you pick up a conversation that's already in progress. And you hear a soft, compassionate voice say, "This is to whom you grant your power, Lion's Bane. I am not one for cruelty, but how can you stand this lesser fiend, torture and malice?" And a noble voice that's firm says, "I had thought you by any means necessary, Lord Lathander. He released an elder. That he was not aware of, but he released it. But not when he made the deal. Or does the Morning Lord no longer keep oaths? Admittedly, I am not Tyr. Nor are you the Lord of Lies, Kelemvor. Speak not of that ill-reputed cur in my presence. Then answer. One does not need the eyes of justice to see that Derelith fell has broken your tenets by consorting with the powers of other manifolds, and failing to even attempt to destroy the unclean in his path. Do I enter your realm and tell you which farmers to favor at the harvest? All will be judged in due course, Lord Lathander. We shall see, Kelemvor. We shall see." And, you can take that as apocryphal, or maybe that's a vision, or maybe it's, like, how, I'm not going to interpret that for you, but maybe that's real. Maybe that's just stress, I don't know.
The ocean twisting up your tum-tum?
Fair enough.
I don't know how dreams work for you, so.
I like it. I mean, I hate it.
It's at this point, the boat is as repaired as it can be at sea. There are still holes in the sail. There are still bits of the mast missing. The mending spell that Banby's been using can put things back together, but it doesn't replace missing parts, right? So there's still, like, a couple of tears. It's not great, right?
I'm not a sewist. It's true.
Is that a word?
I thought you were going to say I'm not a savior.
Yeah, sewist is a term. Yeah.
I'm not just hero. I'm not a savior. Forget what you know.
Just getting through the trackless sea. Speaking of trackless, how are we doing with keeping track of our journey?
Sir, before you
characters.
do before
So
we
lost.
do that,
Before we do what?
but no, before you answer that question, you had removed the hit points for the ship.
Yeah.
So we've done a bunch of repairs on the balloon. We've been doing other repairs while we've been moving. Have we been able to
The ship
reverse?
is at full maximum hit points, but the maximum hit points are currently reduced by 10% for everything.
Okay.
And
So
you have not, but you cannot, until you get to land, reinflate the balloon.
okay.
It's just something that can't be done with
Oh,
what
yeah,
you
no,
have
no,
at
no.
your disposal.
Yeah.
But I'm aboard. I have a lot of hot air.
It
Yeah.
requires lighting a fire, which you don't
Which
want to
could
do.
light our
Like,
ship
a
on
larger,
fire.
yeah, a larger fire. And I mean, yeah, I suppose you could try, but the margin of failure is
Quite high.
quite high. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so right now, all of the negative hit point area, those are all gone, but so the ship is repaired, but we are at a 10% deficit of the normal
Of the
total.
maximum. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Which is nice
So-
because if we get into trouble, at least we're not gonna immediately go sink to the bottom of the sea.
Well, I mean, the downside to your boat as a
Boat.
waterborne vessel is that it's the worst boat of its size because it's a much better airship than it is a water ship. So if someone would like to attempt to navigate, I don't remember who your navigator is.
I can't see, so it wasn't
What was
me.
the
Definitely not. Yeah.
stats
No,
on that
I don't
again?
even know if I can read.
I don't know where my iPad is.
I think it
Still
was
up.
wisdom, right?
I think you can. I think
Just like-
I think if you
close to
definitely
the book.
know how to read things by touch.
Steve, weren't you the navigator?
I think I was, yeah, because I think
He's
it was
sick.
wisdom.
So
Oh,
I'm
I was gonna ask,
sick.
since my
Disadvantaged.
character is not wibbly wobbly and only a little like werewolf
timey
tweaky,
wimey.
yeah, a little timey wimey. Can
Steve.
I attempt to like nurse our sick friends? I know the ship's like soggy everywhere and kind of fucked, but like, can I try my best?
Yeah,
Because
you
there's
can
nothing
roll,
else I could do on the
it's
ship.
It's medicine, I think, in 5.
Yeah, which is the wisdom roll. Yeah, wisdom.
Oh boy, I rolled
Well,
so well
luckily-
so far.
Luckily, monks usually have pretty
That's
good
pretty good.
wisdom.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Burn some
well,
incense.
You know,
Ring some bells.
wisdom check.
I
Yeah, I knew this was gonna
I'd
happen because I
go for
rolled
that
too
right now.
well 3 times in a row. So this is I got
Uh-oh.
a 7 for a wisdom
So
check.
you're like, oh, I know what you guys need. You need some lemon. We're all out of lemon. Maybe some hot water. We can't afford to heat anything at the moment. Like, and you grab a blanket and it's wet, and you're like,
I just start taking off my clothes.
There's solutions, but they don't seem to exist on hand, unfortunately. Like,
Dang.
yeah. If only
Well,
you
for
had
now,
Claire.
let's-
Oh wait.
Let's use my body heat. Come here, you little climby gremlins. Let's just
Everything. Yeah,
just
this
cuddle.
this climate is like totally fine for Xanon as a mountain-born person, where you're used to cold, wet winters, right? Like, it's this like, oh, whatever. So what?
great. It's
So
like
what?
50 degrees. We're fine.
What are you worried about? Frostbite? Hypothermia? Get out of here. That doesn't. Goliaths don't even wear clothes for the most part. They're just
sure,
like,
I
No, I
feel
just have
about
that one
this.
fur like
yeah.
thing, so that's what I'm gonna try and wrap them in and just my body heat.
Goliaths are like those tribes in Africa. They just let it all hang out, and they're like, whatever, doesn't matter the temperature. It's all out there. Like, we don't. If humans were meant to be
Some
here, we
tribes in
wouldn't care
Africa.
about the temperature. We wouldn't. We'd be
A
like,
lot of
yeah,
places in
fuck it.
Africa
Who cares?
do not do that.
It's a wide variety of places.
Just wanted our audience to know.
Yeah.
Lots of cities, very industrial. Google.
Anyways, I guess so. Okay. So what do we do next then?
So you can attempt to navigate, but your navigator has disadvantage at the moment.
And he's the only one who can navigate.
It's a little loopy, so it might
No,
look
no,
the wrong
it's his
star, you
job.
know.
It's
You
his
can
job,
do
yeah.
it, Derleth.
So I'd
Do
roll
what the
it, roll it.
Polynesians
also-
do.
it
Do the
also-
hand thing.
Have you, like, I know you kind of made the decision, I don't know, like 6 months ago or whatever it was. Do you guys still want to try and make it to the nearest island, or do you want to get back to, you know, the
I
short
think
coast?
I think land is safest, and we're really really far off right now.
And I believe it was only 2 to 3 months ago.
What is time?
So I'm
Steve was
trying.
gone for a whole month. It was 3.
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't converted into an agent of a foreign
So
power.
We
Oh.
know of.
so for some reason, so
Are you
we-
TikTok guys, use it.
So we were planning on going to Gunderland.
Yes.
We were planning on focusing on the Gunderland. People are the guns. They worship Umberly.
Don't they ever?
They worship
and
Gumber.
They are
No, not
moderately
Umberly.
kind, is what I have written
yeah.
down.
Yeah, they're
Didn't
fine.
we just murder somebody who had something? I mean,
No.
rapidly process into the afterlife somebody who was involved with
Rapidly
Umberly.
process of, yeah.
If
No.
if we're
Unfortunately, you were prematurely processed into the afterlife. So.
if we're in the
No,
middle,
there's no premature. Everyone has to go. Sometimes people go
Muted.
early, but that's fine. It's a big
Premature
bureaucracy. I
means-
respect that.
Derelith fell, kill them all, and let Kelemvor sort them out.
if we're midway between the mainland and the island, do we want to go to the
You are
mainland
not
instead?
midway.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought we were. That's what it looks like on the map.
Well, you can go north, but there ain't nothing there.
That's fair.
Just more cold.
We're just gonna end up where we started this game.
Yeah, it's icier north.
No, No. We'll go to the island that I don't want to
All
go.
right, make your survival check, Darylith fell with disadvantage.
Do we want to go to a
I'm
port,
actually
or do we
still
want to
doing
go to like a random
Thunderland
side?
is a port.
Yes.
There's a port.
Okay.
No, sorry. The reason I said it is because we had decided that was what we had decided to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gundbarg.
So,
Gundabarg.
Thunder-
sorry, survival roll?
Yeah, survival.
Disadvantage? Okay.
Correct.
Me, Gungaga.
Gundaland.
Nobody's played Crisis Core. Okay.
Oh, I don't like disadvantage. 10. Which is
It was
not
a Zach
bad
Fair
considering.
joke for you Final Fantasy fans.
Gundaland.
Actually, I didn't get that one. I only got the cloud one. Sorry.
I mean, the weather holds
Or as
up
they say
enough that
Japanese,
it's easier to
"Kuraudo."
navigate. So without
okay, I got that reference.
without additional difficulty or without
To
the
say
weather,
Nani?
proving
Cloudy
things
is
to be more
actually
difficult.
Kumori, which is like cumulus or cumulonimbus clouds. So that's how I remember it. Thanks, Duolingo.
Okay, I actually have missed what the DMs
Wow.
said, even though I really
You
like
guys
it.
are really lucky. Well, so I use a D8 to determine wind direction,
Yes.
and the wind is going in the exact direction you need.
Sweet.
And
Nice.
the weather proved clear enough for you to navigate. Like I didn't make it more difficult for
Ooh.
you to navigate. So
Thank
you guys,
random dice.
you guys can make it to Gundbarg very quickly, actually. In just a matter of like, probably less than 2 days. So
We'll
yeah,
keep holding you close.
We'll take it.
Gundbarg, also called the Gateway Port. Well, I guess I'll change the
I
music.
normally would complain, but right now this feels good.
Bambi is going to sleep. Because she has not slept, and has not healed, and has exhaustion
On the boat or
on the boat. We have 2 days to get there.
Bambi, can you make a Constitution save when you attempt to rest?
I would like the rest
Death
afterwards
is
as
a
well.
9.
Dana's gonna do jumping jacks to get her body heat up.
It's unfortunately, Bambi, you get a rest, but you gain a point of exhaustion.
Mm.
So if you have a point of exhaustion, you lose one, and then you gain one.
Okay. So I'm still at exhaustion level 1.
Because it is cold and wet.
I can't be cold.
That's not entirely true, but
I can't. You have
does
cold
that mean
resistance.
does that mean you sleep
It's
with
the
your boots
boots.
on?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm
Well,
on a
the
boat.
helmet.
Okay.
I'm on a boat.
I'm
well
resistant.
then, well then,
I
No,
what
tolerate
is
temperatures
happening?
as I tolerate
Okay.
temperatures.
So you're
You should
It-
just
you
all
don't
be
ha-
in
you don't
hammocks.
have a
hanging above the
point of
wetness.
exhaustion. You have a point of trench foot.
thanks, I like it.
The
What
The hammock, the
that's on
cir-
the list. Do you wanna
Oh,
give-
got
tell me
you
what
with the
that one
trench
is?
foot.
Ooh,
So instead of your body being cold, your feet are rotting because you've been wearing the same boots that are wet,
Ew.
and
oh, she
Those
doesn't she have
magical-
those special boots?
they
No,
prevent
that's
her
the
from
thing,
being
the special
cold, but
boots
they don't
get her-
prevent her from bacteria.
From being wet
Yeah.
and bacteria.
So
Maybe he's gonna be like, well, actually,
so
for the stats.
so you don't have a point of exhaustion. Your movement is halved because
That's a
your
good
feet
meme.
are super sore.
I would also
And-
like to
and
rest and
turning.
heal.
You can also make a Constitution save.
17.
Your symptoms. So you're on track for recovery, right? Nobody just gets better after 1 day after like getting a cold or a flu. But yeah, you will as you keep making those saves. You will.
Does that mean
Feed him like a
progress.
mama
I get to
bird,
do a
just-
full long rest?
Yes,
Cool.
Here, have some
but-
hot water. It's like
but
soup.
you are still essentially poisoned because
Ugh.
of your illness. You don't
Thank
have
God.
exhaustion. You're poisoned.
Mm.
Yeah, this is why I'm gonna.
Darylith, you go ahead and make me a
Teleportate.
Constitution save for your seasickness.
13.
I mean, keep in mind, it got real rough when you guys started sailing instead of.
Oh yeah,
flying.
no, we've been sailing with half a boat for like.
we know
Man,
it's
and the
never,
weather-
never smooth.
And the
sailing.
weather was really bad.
Yeah, we're in the cold part, not the fun part of the Sword
Yeah.
Coast.
We're not in
It's
a
very,
normal
very
ship.
choppy waters too. So what'd you get on your Constitution? save, Joe?
13.
Okay, so you finally start getting your sea legs under you, and you can keep food down now.
Mm.
Oh, good.
You lucky devil, yeah.
Good,
I
he's
will eat a
evolving.
ration.
Nature's healing.
Exactly.
So you guys come into
Darylith?
port.
Darylith?
Yes.
Is this smell bad? And she takes off her boot and puts it up to his face.
You feel suddenly very cold when you take your boot off.
And my
Okay,
foot
look.
is gross.
It's
can't
super
smell-
red.
I can't smell properly, but no, that's not good.
What do I do?
I'm gonna. I'll
It's definitely swollen.
You know what? I'm gonna roll a medicine check, and then I'm
Oh,
just
there we
gonna
go.
be cheesy, and then
Yeah.
I'll probably cast something. But I'll use a skill first.
Say,
'cause I
catch
actually
these healing hands. Slap.
have 18 on the medicine. Yeah.
Is
You
that a
tell we haven't played
contested
in a while.
medicine
We're like,
check?
"Yeah."
So, I know we haven't made very many rolls recently.
No.
It was all that puzzle solving.
Stupid door.
Oh, stupid statues.
We all had our potato in the hole moment.
Ah!
For Bambi.
Still
Bambi
did
didn't.
very well.
Bambi saw
Nice.
through all the lies.
Next time.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
worry.
no, we gotta get rid of those. We gotta get rid of those non-gnomes so we can do that Gnome Depot thing, man.
Tithe of mana. Fun accent.
Oh yeah, those feet are real gross. Real wrinkly.
He's looking at weird feet pics, guys.
I hate it.
Those
I
feet
like
are
this.
wrinkly.
Google's
Yeah.
fucked up feet.
Yeah, they're
Did
very.
you go to bed wearing these boots? That's not something I'd recommend.
Well, it was
The
cold.
whole ship is wet. There's
Gabe's
nothing
like
to
she
do.
hasn't taken them off in like a week. I swear to God.
Gabe, you aren't even helping with anything. Go get in
And
that beautiful blue
I
sea.
rigged the main mast.
And then you
in
fell
water-
overboard. What was it
No.
like? Was the water so
Was Gabe not sick?
beautiful and
Gabe was the one
lovely?
actually in the
Okay,
water.
look, I'm just getting better now. Shut up. In Water Deep, we have these things called socks. You could have worn socks. You don't need to.
Do you
wear-
have some extra ones?
I don't have extra ones. Not gnome sized anyway. But don't wear boots to bed. That's just not. Don't do that.
Okay. The next day, the next night, I'll roll again. I'll
Alright,
roll again
since we
for
have
it.
days,
No,
can
when
I
we
just
go to that
cast
town,
the
we should
Cure
probably
Light
buy those
Wounds?
things
Will that
called
work?
socks.
Exactly.
No, that's not what Cure Light Wounds does.
I know. Okay, let me look. Okay, let me look this up.
You probably
you're
have a
right,
spell
you're right.
that'll cure everybody, but it's not Cure Light Wounds.
Yeah, no, you're
Cure
right. You're
heavy
right.
wounds.
It's
That's
not, they're
fair.
not. These aren't wounds, right?
No,
You
these
guys aren't
aren't wounds.
wounded.
Feet
You
disease.
have illnesses,
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily.
which are
remember.
typically treated with proper care.
They're
Think
wounding
for yourself.
my
I have an
soul.
illness that I
Ah,
chose.
I have lesser
There is a cure to
restoration.
lycanthropy, and I
Wait,
said,
did I
no
have that
thanks.
memorized? I do. I do actually have lesser restoration. Will that
Mm.
work?
Lesser Restoration is like the all-in-one thing now for 5e.
Nice. All right, I love 5e and its corporate leaders.
And now it's my good friend, Mr. Black.
Mr. Black. The funniest thing about that is that that was about Hong Kong wallet. So, anyway,
Wait a minute, that's not the wallet inspector. I don't know if Lesser Restoration is actually what you want.
oh shoot.
What's the point of all these healing spells if they're so specific, damn it?
They used to be so. I loved how specific they used to be. Oh my god.
It used to be a lot worse. Actually.
Like,
Like
there
it
was a
has to be
spell-
a full moon
The
and a
spell
flowers nearby.
slow poison doesn't cure poison.
yeah.
Just slows it for a while.
I remember when we had to make death saves and we liked it.
I definitely made some death saves in this campaign. Remember when I got yeeted by that fucking
Oh,
Yeah.
the giant? Yeah.
We made a lot of
Please.
death saves.
Oh man, everybody was like, climb up the rope into safety, and there was like Xanon was just being like, psh, psh, psh.
I'm actually trying to find this spell now that it should be.
I almost
but-
died that.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually worry about the spell prepared list. I should have been, but I've
I
been
don't
sick.
see
so-
it. I don't see like cure poison or anything. And like Lesser Restoration doesn't cure everything. It only stops blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned. So it would, it would cure some people, but not everybody. Anyway.
Yeah, I may not
I
have
don't
it.
hear anything.
Yeah, I've got protection from poison, but that's too late.
So I'm not going to go too crazy into the Kuldahar thing. You guys dock. There's a dock master
Finally.
who has a pet falcon, and he's like, it's 3 moon pies for a 10-day or whatever. And you're like, what the fuck is a moon pie? And
Sounds
That's what the Amish
delicious.
make.
Yeah.
Oh.
Amish have mince pie.
I'm sure it's not.
So it's 5 silver docking fee, and then repairs are gonna be 400 gold.
It's the mini dab.
400 gold?
Yeah, I mean they got to replace planks. They got to replace realistically, they have to replace your whole mast, which is not cheap.
Wait.
Not
They're
to mention
going to
the labor.
replace that stuff
That's
for
if
us?
they can get their guys. That's if they can get them, though. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't.
400.
It's gonna cost you.
Okay, wait. How
Evil
much
Dan
gold
redeemed dab. That's why I dabbed.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Dan.
I
Thanks,
do
Dan.
I
have
got
a note
245.
that in the bag of holding,
Mhm.
we do have a bunch of loot that we've never split up. I don't think.
Yeah, we have a lot of
You do.
which includes 100 platinum pieces and 150 gold pieces.
One of my
Holy
favorite
crap.
things about adventurers is when like they end up someone who's like, you need to pay me money, and they just open this bag, and stick their entire arm in, and they're like,
Well, no.
candelabra, dragon head, sword.
we
bag of money.
have spent money, but we did end up with a glut of
Yeah.
it, and Banby was carrying it all, so I'm glad she,
Xanon doesn't believe
I
in
could
material
try talking to
weapons.
them, but I don't know that I don't know.
Other than the
I
brass
Oh, you
probably-
wanna the guy who repairs the ships? He's like, oh, you want to haggle? Huh? All right, let's haggle.
No. I'm talking to Bambi right now.
I'll get my guys down here right now, but if
Okay.
you want to haggle,
Fight?
What are you smoking? Do you want more of that?
We need socks. Our hit points are like 2.
No, I will. Are these just humans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just humans.
Bunch of oomies.
Yeah, we're just fucking humans.
Hey,
No, I wasn't asking you. I was
The
asking you,
island?
the DM.
No, that's a good question. Is the island primarily human?
It's primarily inhabited by
Don't.
Northland.
I always want to be French as soon as I'm smoking.
So they basically look like Scandowegians, like
Okay.
Scandinavian
Had
folk.
my outspoken in Sacré-Cœur.
I think that'd be a good character.
I thought I was like I
Maybe.
could make them.
Maybe-
I've been playing a lot of
maybe
Crusader
Cormier.
games.
Yeah,
I
man,
could make them like like Varangian types and be like, Herga Durga, you'd like us to fix your
L'amour.
motor. But
Makes sense.
no.
We are up north, so.
But Faerun shouldn't be a fucking European analog. So
Où est la
Funnier, though.
bibliothèque?
It's funnier that way.
So no, I'm not haggling with these dudes because
That's
one,
fine.
the aura around me, the sun does not shine quite as bright, and
Me
I'm not
too.
interested in fighting with them. But also, I spent so much time repairing the ship that he tells me it's 400 gold. I'm like, that's what that is what my labor is worth. And I just
Right.
like go
Seems
in.
strict right now, and I'm not greedy enough to disagree with you. I think that is fine. But
Now-
what did you say about
now
that?
normally we don't work on we don't normally work on things with balloons or whatever the fuck that is, a bladder, I don't know. But like we'll make it work.
Can I roll insight on him? Whether or not they are actually.
very
You can
amused by the
roll
accident of
dice
this,
whenever you like.
this island.
I would like to roll insight to see whether or not I believe that he is capable of doing such a job.
Oh, you're so suspicious, Gnome.
That is a critical failure. So
I love it. I'm too sick.
I
not
don't
to
know.
laugh
I don't
out
know
loud.
why
Yes,
I'm a
he
part
knows
of
what he's
the
doing.
question. Is if you believe him or not has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with whether or not you believe him. And if you want to use a die roll to determine that, that's
Yeah.
up to you.
Well, he does.
yes, I do.
But
I want to roll dice in this game built
She
around
rolled
dice
5.
rolling. Yes.
I listen. I don't like. I've said it before. 5e's interpretation of the insight skill is fucking bonkers because it literally says you can tell someone's true intentions if you succeed on your roll. Like, what? You just
You're a
know
mind reader.
what they're thinking?
Mm.
Like, oh, I met this barmaid. Oh, she wants to stab me with a knife. Huh? How did I know that? I've never met this person.
Oh, it's the
before. How
knife
does
that she's
work?
holding in her hand.
I mean, you guys
like,
can't
it's
tell
a
that by
latent
looking at people's
psychic.
actions all day.
Like,
I know exactly what all my coworkers are thinking
Like,
at any point.
what's that? What's that child? Oh, there's a child over there. I'd like to roll insight. Oh, that child wants to do nothing but eat jam for the rest of
Okay.
his life. Like, how does
Oh,
that
yeah.
make any sense?
Okay.
Who
I'd like to
doesn't as a child?
I'd like to recalibrate. Can I do a
I like
brief
parfait more.
investigation check
Mm.
of the wharf
Oh,
to
parfait's
see if there is if it looks like there are the materials to
Parfait is French for
conduct this
perfect, by the way.
repair?
Sure.
And
Parfait.
I'm
Okay,
specifically
you need
thinking
to
about
make
the
a French
bladder
character next.
of the airship, like of the balloon of the airship,
Both of you.
because That's the one I've spent the most time staring at, to be honest. And that's what we're obviously most concerned about. So that's what I'm particularly thinking about.
Sure.
That is a 23.
So they are like excellent shipwrights. They are more than capable of
tell from their
quickly
callous
and properly fixing. You would wager basically any ship of almost any size.
You could hear the songs of the
Shut!
shipwrights.
Let him finish! Oh my god!
I'm adding to like the
We haven't
flavor of
played
your
in 3 months.
23.
I want to hear him paint a word
And,
picture.
Sorry.
It
I
was
did
like,
get
yeah.
that dream. I'll be quiet.
He's
Agreed.
like, yeah, I
Audrey
get
Hepburn, long ass
you know, like
cigarette.
it's clearly like some kind of. He's not even a cigarette. He's just
I like
got
it.
like
I like
a pencil, but he like pretends that. What were those ads? Or I think it was Thank You for Smoking, where they were changing all of the.
Remember the candy that used to look like fake cigarettes, and then they
What do you
changed it
mean?
to like
Sorry,
split it
Laura,
in
Remember,
Red.
we
red.
still have that
Popeye.
in Canada
Yeah.
because we're
Yeah.
responsible here.
Yeah.
It's Popeye's. The
Yeah,
Popeye.
You know
Popeye
what?
cigarette.
I live in a fucked up place.
You
There's an
guys don't
episode
get
of
Kinder
Community
eggs.
Where Troy's like, I picked a wrong
Oh,
day to
I
quit
have a
smoking,
Kinder
and he
egg
does
from New
this,
Year's.
and
Have
then he
some
puts
now.
the thing in his mouth, and
They
then
don't have toys.
Britta goes to light the cigarette,
open
and then he
my
keeps
Kinder
it.
It's a,
Yeah.
this is a fancy party. We have olives in the bathroom.
So what you realize is that this guy probably hasn't seen an airship before, but he clocked the material that is definitely very special, and that's actually the majority between it's the mast and that a majority of the cost, because it's a very particular material that has to be
He has a very particular set of skills.
like the fact that he called it a swim bladder means like he understands the mechanisms of buoyancy and stuff like that. So
swim bladder?
this guy knows what the fuck he's doing, and his guys they got the goods.
Whenever
Does-
Xanon swims in the sushi piece.
Bambi, do you have I know you have the books of all the knowledge. Do you have the skill to repair the balloon if they have the material? No.
No, I was literally. I know it's been months. So what I was literally doing is I was casting mending.
Oh yeah.
So I
oh, yeah.
sat there and I cast like mending meticulously on every like foot of material, piece by piece, for the amount
I
of time
think-
that was determined.
Yep.
Banby spent 3 days doing the worst fucking jigsaw puzzle you can imagine.
Mm.
Because it's not just that you are casting mending, it's that you have to take the right piece and hold it in the right spot, and then it
And for
reconnects.
like
For a minute. It takes a minute to do that.
Like model
like-
building.
that's why I
yeah,
would just
it's like
wipe her brow, give her a little cracker. She would just
Fix her
it's
wet
like
feet.
gluing, it's like gluing remember 3D puzzles?
Yes.
It'd be like
Yeah.
gluing
Remember,
those
I
together.
have them.
in fact, those still exist.
Yeah.
How long did he say it was going to take?
Puzzles were 2D, and I liked it.
I only believe in crossword puzzles. Don't do the New York Times every day.
He's like, well,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's a
you gotta let the
Goku.
mast sit right, so probably 8 days, honestly.
Is there
Almost an entire week.
is there an inn nearby or a bounty board?
I mean, there's a popular spot just over
Bounty
there,
board on this island? Oh,
and
no.
it's called the
You need a
Dragon
fireplace
Turtle
and
Inn,
socks.
Mhm.
Dragon
Ooh,
turtle?
dragon
You're
turtle.
yeah.
buying sucks.
and it's a hot spot. I mean, there's other smaller places, but this is like the main. You know,
I wanna
it's
go to
right
the
near
Dragon
docks.
Turtle.
It's pretty big. It's clearly, you know, there's captains hanging out. There's dudes who have shirts with no sleeves on them.
Ah, those are the best sleeves.
Worst.
You know, they
Sorry,
talk like this. They wear vests. You know,
The dog
we
work.
we work hard and we play hard.
Oh yeah. Is there chowder there? Chowder?
An island we may never.
Literally, it's an island. If there's not chowder on it, we should get on the boat and limp to the next one.
It's an important thing.
Well, keep in mind. So this is the beginning of spring.
Dragon chowder.
So this port is basically just opened up probably within the last couple of weeks.
So it's
Because
fresh
you're very far
chowder.
north. So, or very unfresh chowder.
Fair. That's fair.
Last year's clam chowder.
But yeah, so the Dragon Turtle Inn.
Clammy chowder.
I don't think
Turtle
I actually
milk.
have
Turtle milk.
too much for
Once
it.
you guys aren't making
Turtled
me
milk?
angry.
Turtle milk.
Before,
Turtle milk.
sorry, before we go, is everyone cool with us spending that money? Because that's a group resource.
Yes.
Yes, I don't care.
I want our ship to be ready.
Give
So
my
yeah.
portion. I want to get.
Are
in
they
the
asking
air
for
as
it?
fast
They aren't asking for it up front, right? They're asking for 50%
You
up
know,
front.
pretty typical. You know, half up front, half when the job's done, right?
Absolutely,
That's-
absolutely.
Let's gamble the rest.
Gabe's like, did I hear gambling? I heard the word gambling.
No, you didn't.
If
Even
you
just
could
wants
just
to
front me a
sleep.
couple, couple crowns, I could. I'll pay you back later.
I slapped the bag of holding shut, and I.
I don't know why he's so
Jamie
mean
is
to
like-
me. I don't know. I didn't do anything to you. You know, like I know he's turning into a New Yorker. He's like, hey, I'm role playing here.
I'm walking
Hey.
here.
So I don't know how good. Like you guys, there's a menu here, so you can. I'm not going to tell you what's on the menu.
They
I'm just
got a
gonna, like,
bodega.
you can choose between poor food, modest food, and comfortable, like decent food. So anywhere between 6 copper, 3 silver, and 5 silver.
We're on high quality, right? We were on a ship for 5
High quality.
I'm gonna treat
High
myself.
quality.
I want comfort food.
So that's
You
Give
want
me
5
Egyptian
silver
cotton
per
day.
fucking sheets.
in gravy, covered in cheese.
Mulhorandi cotton.
Yes, Mulhorandi cotton.
Yeah.
I
mean, that would be a long way. It's like all the way across Faerun. That's.
Worry, we don't need to do that.
I'm going to Popeyes
Anna
after
just
this
wants to
because
eat,
somebody
sleep.
said Popeyes.
Cuddle.
Who said Popeyes?
I thought somebody said Popeyes.
Oh, that doesn't include sleeping at the inn. That's just food, right?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Can we ask?
That's what
I love Popeyes chicken.
Tell us about the innkeep.
Popeyes.
Jollibee.
That's right by my
So
house.
again,
That's
you
good.
can
That's
anywhere
good they have the
between
same,
poor, modest, and comfortable. So anywhere
same
between
song
1,
here.
5, and 8 silver. I say anywhere between one of the 3, 1, 5, or 8 silver per day per person.
There are no shared rooms.
Listen, in real life, I choose the poorest option. So in fake life, just choose the richest option. We have this.
That's
I don't
actually
have-
an element of the
Yeah,
character.
that's
Actually,
They don't
I think
charge per room. They charge per person.
Hmm.
Like,
Makes sense.
That's a flat. Like it doesn't matter. It's like you could share a
Oh,
bed. We don't give a shit.
okay.
You're both, using our facilities. So.
Don't charge PR. They charge #PP.
But there
Roger,
are
Roger.
individual beds for every single person if we want to come here.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
Eric, why would you do that?
Because I have a little thingy. Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
little.
You know,
Droid.
I was never offended by those droids, so that's okay. I
Yeah.
let it pass.
They're fine. They're not a
Remember when
dyad.
Dave
or
fell
something.
down-
I fell down a rabbit hole, Eric. I don't mind telling you and telling everybody that I have fallen down a rabbit hole of Star Wars action figures, which is to
Nice.
say, it's
Is
been a
Steve
decade
just
since
talking in his sleep to us right now? Like I
Look,
swear to
I
God,
roll-
he's got his
role
eyes.
play-
He's like,
my sickness.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he was
Fine.
really role playing Daryleth.
Yeah, I'm role playing. I'm always
he
role
looks
Can
playing.
you
like
just-
me on
Always
Christmas
annoyed.
or Christmas Day at my aunt's.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
tired of
We
seeing my
go and
nieces
have our
nephews.
we pay our bed. That's fine. Our bedding.
So,
Pay our bed.
how much
Give
is
money
that?
directly to the bed.
Okay,
Maximum.
sorry. So I will also eat comfortably. Comfortably is 5 per day.
5, what is it? Silver?
5 silver,
Silver?
yeah.
For
So
eating-
basically, it's a gold per day per person if you average it out, essentially.
Okay.
Okay.
So I pay.
And there's
I
a
pay my
total
gold.
of 7 of you.
Making it hail. We're
So-
flipping the best
Do you
coins.
have the gold? Does everyone else
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the gold?
yeah.
I have, I
I
have
can
gold for
pay for
myself.
other
yeah.
people.
Oh, I have 44
don't
gold.
mind.
It's fine as well. I can pay for myself.
Okay, okay,
Xander
no,
has no
all right.
money on her.
I can pay for
I
Xander, and
will
I
pay
think I
for-
hold. I think I have her money
You
anyway.
do hold. Yeah, you do. Because I was just like,
Okay, I'll pay for the extra 2 on the ship. That's fine.
Okay.
What? No,
So
I
they can
paid.
enjoy them. Are you? Okay. All right.
Oh no,
that's
I
fine.
paid for mine. But you should pay for Fiddlebender.
Okay.
You should probably
I
make sure she doesn't
yeah.
stay on the ship
Yep.
while they're
Oh,
repairing it.
yeah.
No. That's who I was keeping in mind. Should I pay for
Just
Mr.,
carry her around.
Gambler as well?
No.
What do we mean no? He doesn't
Does
actually
he not
have
have?
money.
He has his own.
Oh no. Sorry. If you ask Bambi, Bambi will say no.
He can pay for
I will
himself.
pay. I will pay for the other 2 members
Listen,
of our ship.
well, according to his sheet, he's got like 1,000 gold. So
Okay,
Because
I
he's,
don't
like,
know
died
that.
and then
I will.
didn't die.
I will pay, and then I wasn't.
I don't
was
know
actually,
where this money came from, but I'm here for it. So
The guy's been he's 300 years old, right? So I'm not too surprised by that. That's fine. I don't know any of that shit, so I pay for him anyway,
He was
just
the
out of.
Edward Cullen of our group.
there's a good.
What?
He wasn't
Okay, that
Edward
reference.
trapped
Cullen?
in
What?
an endless like.
It's a joke.
I'm Team Werewolf, man. Whatever the other team was, I don't even know
I
what
don't
the
even
fuck.
like Twilight. It's just a
To be
joke.
fair,
Me neither.
almost certainly pickpockets his way to
victory.
best of
to riches, and then he's like, oh no, I'm not sleeping with you guys, and he gets the best room he can, and then he gets the best food he can, and then he finds a 3-dragon ante-table.
Okay. Look. All right, this is
remember
a
Yeah.
very
when
minor
we played
point.
that?
That
I
was good.
didn't know that I was actually going to pay for him. Is he going to accept that and then just disappear, or am I going to find out about all
he'll
this
take
shit?
your money if you'll give it to him.
That's fine. I
Don't
didn't know.
give him your money.
I already paid for it. It's fine. I paid for the 2 of them. Okay, so I paid for our captain, I guess. I don't know what to call her, and
Commodore.
and him. Yeah, I actually didn't know he had money. That's fine. I didn't know that.
I don't know why he has money, but according to this, I don't know.
I'm not
probably
surprised.
I have like 6 different character sheets for him, so I don't know which.
Well,
one.
I'm not surprised. It's fine.
He's got all kinds of superpowers.
No, that's actually kind of funny. I was actually going to give him some money for gambling, but I'm not going to now. So.
Well, now I got to see how well he does at gambling because he won't stop. He lost that day.
Oh no!
It's not by a lot, but you know. He's like, that's okay. I'll make it back. I'll make it back tomorrow.
You're like, sure, Gabe. Sure, buddy.
It's not. I can stop whatever I want. It's not.
He's beaten the odds, so I'll give him that.
Yes, you can.
Please don't touch me.
Mora has blessed him.
That's how I make the money.
Oh, I
He
guess,
does have a high charisma.
you know, just the face.
Step
Unless
3.
you guys want to explore the island, we can.
Gabe sleep.
Does he sleep?
I actually want my
If
character.
he can help it, no, he doesn't.
Okay.
My character actually wants to sleep to
Noted.
completely recover from the
Right.
The seaborne side of it. So I am out. I'm going to do.
So go ahead and roll, because you could just stay in bed. Go ahead and roll your Constitution with advantage.
Okay.
Constitution.
With advantage.
Well, I'm glad I rolled advantage. I got a 10. That's holy shit.
With advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on the other dice.
Yikes and a half.
That sucks.
Ooh, I understand.
It does.
I'm having weird dreams, guys.
You have more dreams.
Oh, sweet. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep
About
trying
they're always about being judged.
to-
Yeah.
Sounds like you're Asian.
Yeah. I'm used to it. It's Monday. What do you want from me? I try already.
Listen, I just want you to know piano.
Yeah.
So I can show you off to other
My aunts.
people.
Okay.
Did you see that video?
hurts, man. What? I don't even know what video
The
you're talking about.
the comedian that does the emotional damage released a
Yeah,
video.
the piano one?
Eric,
Okay.
Eric, I watch the same thing as Eric. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but
It was
but
like,
just to
yeah.
be clear, because I haven't seen it yet, I'm just gonna say, I totally had a breakdown because of piano. Okay, just to let you guys know. I mean, I didn't know what a midlife crisis was, but I got it early. Okay, and I definitely it was because of piano.
It's not a midlife crisis if you don't make it to twice that age.
Yeah,
Just
The
a
midlife
crisis.
crisis at
I
like
would.
19, so
Well,
no,
then you're only
exactly.
making it
I
to
had mine
38.
earlier.
yeah,
No,
I get them every other year. It's fine.
That's not a
Okay.
midlife crisis. Then it's a
That's not so
mid-year
good.
crisis.
It's anxiety.
Yeah.
I definitely had mine like in junior high, so I'm beating the odds. In any case, yeah, piano. Oh boy, that was harsh. Anyway,
All right.
do
so
I have another dream?
You're that's one day. Anybody else? Marcus, you're sick as a dog.
I'm
you
sleeping.
know.
He said I was healing when I was on the ship.
Yeah, but you
With
have
the
to keep
sleep.
rolling. You don't just get better.
I will
once,
like
you
to
know?
roll and get better.
You can roll with advantage if you
rolling
if you stay in
around
bed
on
all
a
day.
deck of a ship. I mean,
Which one is it? Constitution?
Constitution.
15 with
Yeah, you're getting better. You're gonna be fine.
Sweet. Do you think would if I go to talk to the innkeeper, would he care for some music in exchange for some coin?
That's not okay. So, as I'm sure you're aware,
Ian's like, we just made money off of you.
bards are allowed to play, but
Mm.
they only get to keep their tips, right?
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not going to pay you to play.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if people tip you, then
Yeah.
But you can't do that and stay in bed all day.
That's fair.
So after
After I get up.
Before Marcus goes, Xanon's gonna ask, Marcus,
Oi.
can I have some silver?
Yeah. How much?
Like a few pieces.
Like
I don't know. I don't know how many, Marcus. Just like, you know, a
I'll give you 10.
Okay, thanks.
I just assume like he like hit and you like hold it like this, like it's some kind of like I don't know.
We
how
do
you're
the
supposed to
handshake
hold
where
it.
we go like,
What
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do with
Din's
my
like,
hands?
"Great. Don't have pockets, so just going in my fists."
do you want
Do
more?
you not have
Is
do you
10
not have
it's 10 enough or
pockets?
more?
Do you not have pockets
No, that's
because
good,
you're a
that's good.
girl? Because Xanon wears like
That's true.
fitness
that alone.
Clothes,
Goliath.
or
No, girl
because
monks don't get pockets
girl.
because they assume you're gonna get your fancy little purse.
like you're a monk, so you're presumably wearing like yoga pants,
And
which
yes,
typically don't
also
have
a
very
monk.
big pockets.
Monk class, no pockets.
That's
Female,
actually
that's
an
negative one.
outdated
Back, but I'm
stereotype about
Just
yoga
holding it in my
pants.
That yoga pants don't have pockets.
Yes, that's an outdated stereotype. Yoga
I've
pants
seen a
can
lot
have
of
pockets.
YouTube ads that
Pockets.
that disprove that.
I don't see
That's
YouTube
an
ads, so-
anecdotal data.
For the sake
so.
of funny character choices, Xanon's gonna keep them in her fists.
I mean,
In case.
Let's actually, Xanon,
horrible.
you do not feel comfortable holding silver.
Oh, but they also
Oh,
have.
shit.
No. Here's the thing. They also
Oh?
have those silvered brass knuckle things.
I know,
Remember?
and they don't
I
feel
know.
good on your hands
Yeah,
either.
they hurt a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah,
a good hurt.
you have like your
Hurts
hands are
so
real itchy
good.
right now.
Reminds
you know?
me that I'm still alive.
Yeah, it reminds you that you were afflicted with a lycanthropy, is what it
A
does.
disease I chose to keep.
Yeah.
Come on, baby,
Lifestyle
now it
choice.
hurts so
Every
good.
once in a while, you're like this, and you don't know why.
L
you
and
know?
LGBT is lycanthropy. Decided. I've decided.
Lycanthropy, giganticism.
Don't say bestiality. I'll kick your ass.
No.
Gigantism.
Could be
Bambi's the best.
That's not. Okay.
Bambiism.
Bambi, what are you
Not the
doing
B
with
word.
your trench feet?
Oh, I'm all
I'm trying to
about the
fix up my.
Bambiism.
I'm trying to. So I've. If I'm gonna. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to look for the village like healer or doctor.
We have
Somebody.
shaman
and
and shay and shay women.
Mm.
And probably Shea Butter, actually, at that point.
Also have Shay Days.
Shea days?
Say them.
them.
That's gonna stand. Yeah.
That's good.
Go find your Shebe.
So I wanna go find a shaman. I ask at the front desk
Moan.
who the best person to fix. So I have this problem
Mm-hmm.
with my feet. And apparently it smells really bad, so I don't want to take my boots off just in case. But is there like someone to like help me?
Yeah, you can go to Lurtrine. She's
Lurtrine?
yeah, Lurtrine. She's like 6 houses that way.
Okay.
You'll notice because she's got all kinds of like rabbit's feet and stuff nailed to her door. So
That's what you should do. You should replace your feet with rabbit feet. You'll be really quick. And it just yells from the distance. Gary's really good because I can't
Not all
see.
of us want to
gods.
be. Not all of us want to turn into animals.
Okay, you're right. Fair. Xana goes back to
Fair.
listening to Marcus.
so you approach
And
this
tosses 1 silver. Marcus's little
Yay.
little hat.
oh, that's why you asked him for silver to give it back to him?
That's
Oh
how it
my
works, because
God.
then people will come and
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just suddenly reminded of the time I was in a relationship and I gave my girlfriend money so she could like buy like pet food and stuff like that. And she was like, I want to buy dinner this week. And I'm like, all right. And then she took out the money I handed her and bought a Subway. And I'm like,
That's
I
cute.
Toss a coin
That's the money.
to
No,
your
I
witcher.
just gave her that money 10 minutes earlier. That's not her paying for dinner.
Anna starts stomping to the beat.
That was money to feed her
Get everybody
animals.
up.
Anyway.
Oh, Valley.
There's a
Little
very
acrobatic
strong smell of thyme and like other like dried herbs as you approach this woman's place.
Nice.
And as you open the door, there's not a bell. There's 3 strings, and they strum. They're struck by a pick on the door, and it goes.
Guitar's
As
not
you
close
come.
enough.
and she's more than happy. She's got this. She's like, oh yeah, we see this all the time. What you got to do is she takes this tub, and she opens it, and it's so gross and smells so bad. You just gotta coat your entire feet in this. You take this, you coat your foot in it, and then you put socks on, and then you wait 3 days, and they'll be fine.
Do you have socks? So I don't have any anymore.
She's like, the store socks, yeah.
Oh
yeah?
no.
Wait, what?
Quest for socks.
The store socks, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve knows exactly what a store sock is.
I'm
The
glad
sock
I'm
where you store
unconscious.
things?
No, like if you went to like try on shoes
Oh, yep,
before
the
they
store
had
sock.
disposable socks, they'd be like, here's the store sock, and it's just like this gray brown mess, and it clearly
Yeah.
used to be a white tube sock.
Hmm.
So she just like scoops the stuff and she starts stuffing it in the sock. She's like, you're pretty small, so we're gonna have to put a lot in here. Just, to make, because you want it to be like, and she just scoops it all in. Oh, it's...
Bambi, like, it looks kind of gross, but also Bambi doesn't know any better. And also, you know what else is gross right now? Baby's foot.
It smells like cottage cheese. 'Cause it is.
What?
Yeah, it's like it's definitely some kind of fermented cheese product that she's scooping here. I don't know how that actually works. It's a fantasy land, so it presumably, but it's got like all kinds of green bits in it and stuff like that. So it's probably good, There's crystals in here, so she's on the up and up. What, crystals don't work?
Do work. Because this is a magical fantasy world that we're all building together.
Exactly, yeah.
But are they crystals that I'm familiar with working? I'm a reader. I've spent a lot of time reading.
Bambi's a reader?
Bambi's a reader.
Yeah, well, is that... Wait, are you talking about books or she could read crystals? Or
No, books. She spent a lot of time learning stuff.
Because elves are the ones who write in crystals. That's not a joke. They're called Talkira. They can put spell books and stuff in crystals. It's a real thing.
Kira,
So.
your ass.
So
I'm looking this thing up.
what, the cottage cheese?
No.
We're in top form, guys.
Anyway, it'll be 13 silver for this treatment, and you get to keep the socks.
Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, I hand it right on over.
Sure. Your feet are real squishy as you walk out.
Mhm.
Just like
It's a squelching.
squelch.
The right word, squelch.
Well,
I feel like it's.
Yeah, Squelch is right.
Squelch can also mean to like silence something though.
Oh, before I leave, I'm like,
it's the moist version
random
of
question. Do you guys have any like books around here? Like bookstore?
She's like, oh, I
library?
can't read. No.
Cool. Like anybody else?
I don't know if anybody else can read. No, I've never asked.
Cool.
Why? She's like, she points to the wall and it's covered in like runes. She's like, that's what. It's not. It's different. Like that one means protection and that one means that. That's what I know. That's what I work. So.
Gimbals.
She's super interested in this, actually.
These are just like normal runes. Like some people, like dwarves, have an alphabet, but there's also just like dwarven runes that aren't an alphabet. Like in real life, we have like Norse runes where it's just like that it's like it's essentially the same thing.
It's a symbol, yeah.
Yeah, so it just means a thing, and so she can read those in the way you can read an alphabet, but it's not exact. It doesn't form proper sentences, right?
Has anyone ever written these down? I would love to know more about them.
She's like, oh yeah, probably, yeah.
Do the thing that kids do where they put the paper up and they go.
I already have a rubbing.
Okay, for like a
in my
rubbing thing.
foot.
You're
Like
definitely.
I didn't know what it was called, so I was like,
These runes are not like foreign as
Oh,
they're
okay.
they're probably they're just giant runes,
Oh, okay.
right? Like
Oh, which we've seen before.
yeah.
and they look pretty small to us.
Hey, wait. You got giants around here?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of fire giants who who live up north, and they come and raid every once in a while, but
When was the last time they came?
I don't know, probably a decade ago.
Okay, so it's been a bit.
Yeah, but giants live a long time, so it might be like 2 weeks for them.
Yeah.
They come back every decade.
Okay.
We don't really. I mean, it's at kind of their own peril because if they piss off, the white dragon, then
Remember the white dragon from the ocean, guys, that we saw?
Ah, yes, the white dragon. You're
Letting the audience.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
yeah, she's all right.
It's called the white worm.
Wait,
Yeah.
have you met her?
No, are you crazy?
Oh.
She's fucking huge. Do you
There's
just
also
like
a
walk?
frozen corpse
Do you just
riding it.
walk up to bears? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I did once. We made friends. We made friends with a dragon once.
Hmm.
Me and my friends.
Did.
Also,
Sure.
Themiax. He's great. Like honestly, red dragon.
also a she.
She's great.
I
Like
feel
great.
like I correct that one every time.
Just love how you always remember the name, but not the pronoun.
I'm putting it in
Rolls off
here.
the tongue.
I'm putting it
Well,
in
her
here.
pronouns are
no, I have it in
actually
here
now
Don't
Was-
say.
were
Was
because
don't-
she's dead.
Don't know
But
that
you
yet,
know who
though.
doesn't know that?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
like,
I was a
yeah, we
Themiax.
have an ally.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we became like like they're really cool. Like she was really cool. Like we met her in like a castle. It was very cool. Yeah.
She's like, all right.
Anyways, thank you for the cheese, the foot cheese. Repair.
Thank you for the foot cheese repair.
Thanks. Gone. How's Marcus doing?
I'm so glad I'm a.
The camera stays on it. She's like, what an odd young woman.
Shannon flicks another silver
Nice
piece
cut.
into
Hell yeah.
Marcus's hat, and then begins that little like Eastern European, I don't know if it's Russian or what, dance where they're like, "Hey,
Another silver.
down.
That calls for
hey,
a song.
hey."
Doom 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 ding 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 ding.
Oh my god.
Next to a line in, and it's just like part of the performance now, just dancing.
Beep 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 doo.
Any requests? Same song? Okay.
Dun dun
Same
dun
song
dun dun
again.
dun 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 dun.
And then calls to the barkeep. You got any of that cheese? For cheese.
Oh my god.
I'm just
Not the foot cheese. You can walk in and that can be your entrance. Like, I got the cheese, and I'll be like, no, no thank you.
By the way, what you're talking about is literally just called squat dancing. It's
Cool.
just-
I just didn't
yeah.
know the name.
Yeah, it's just squat dancing.
That's what I would
but
assume. I was like, they squat and they dance.
There's,
Play Rasputin.
You should do
Oh,
Russians
no,
as well.
Rasputin. Yeah, that's right.
All right, so everybody gets better, and you spend some gold. There's not an adventure to be had on the island.
Oh,
It's
This
good
is
because
a
we need
place.
to rest anyway.
While
Fair.
you hear plenty of other boats come through, some just stop off, pick up fresh water on their way, just even further out into the trackless sea. Maybe trying to find Anchorome or at this time maybe to go to like Lacarond, which is a part of Aber Returned.
They have citrus fruits here. You're probably
Do
load
they,
up on
do
citrus
they have
fruits.
citrus fruits here? Probably not, unless this is pretty far north. It's not super far north. It's not as isolated
fantasy
as
Norse.
Icewind Dale, but it's now would not be the time of year. Probably a little later in the year where they would start getting shipments of stuff like that, right?
Sucks for those boats then. They're gonna get the scurvy.
I mean, there's other things that have vitamin C in it. And vitamin A and D.
Yeah, vitamin
I
C,
think they
these
grow,
nuts.
I think they grow apples here.
I don't know why I said that.
It's the ADHD.
It is, and it's the fact that I'm seeing you all again.
did
These characters.
did I get any tips from playing?
Roll me a performance check. I believe that's charisma based.
Shannon's doing the worm.
My performance is +9.
Hell yeah.
as you would imagine a bard would.
19. 28.
Ooh.
He literally clears the count of cash. that 20 platinum that we gave over, no, he's got it back.
40 silver over a full day of playing.
Plus the 10 silver from Xanon that she borrowed.
50. So, wait, 48 then.
50 silver.
Well, I already put the 2 back, so be 48.
Mostly what they have here is dried, pickled, salted, and smoked fish, which they
Love all
import from actually another island not far from here.
They can't smoke their own fish? God damn.
Can't
it's not
pickle
that,
their own fish.
it's not that they can't, it's that they still import other stuff. Like,
That's
they
fair.
still
They
trade,
have
right?
tickled fish? Do
It's
they tickle the
different.
fish?
God, I hope not.
Right before they smoke them.
So, you guys can like off air if there's like basic supplies you want to get, you can get here.
Know if they had octopuses?
There's
Yeah,
this
we have
isn't
tentacles.
this place is bigger than most of the places in Icewind Dale, so there's a chance there
Oh,
might
wow,
be like
okay.
some. Well, the entire island is about 12,000 people, which is
okay.
definitely more than Icewind Dale.
Oh, okay.
At least for
Wow,
like
that's actually good to know.
the in city or in town population. So if there's like minor magic you might be looking for, you might find something like that.
Minor
Like,
magic.
But other than that, we'll leave it there, and probably next week you'll be sailing away. Come sail away with me.
I'm
before-
sailing away.
Do we want to? So we spent like a couple days. Do we want to like see if there's any like task or something to trouble to get into on this island?
There isn't
Oh.
one.
We can
Yeah,
start
just-
shenanigans.
just
Okay,
fresh.
okay.
We could
You can-
start
you can, like,
shenanigans.
You can talk to locals, but there's not going to be any. Like, there's no adventure. to be had
I'll
here
maybe
at the
make
moment.
some
We
requests.
ding dong ditch people.
Oh, they don't
The
have
people that showed up on the island with the
doorbells?
wrong
So first
ship.
off, we give them doorbells, very confusing, and then we ding and dong and run away. They're already confused.
We make sure it's not like the house of an old person or somebody who is not like able-bodied because we're not
Fair.
dicks.
Nicky
We're
Nicky
like,
Nine
no.
Doors?
To-
I mean,
So to connect back to how we started, David, thank you for buying all those extra books and
Yeah.
We did not
letting
use.
us have access that
Yet.
we didn't use. I also own Theros, but
I do
but
not.
if I could summon the gods of Theros to help us now, I would.
I would
Actually,
summon
no,
the
what-
god of
what-
death.
To
I don't
Candlekeep,
like
right?
you guys.
If only they owe us one.
I
With
don't
that,
know.
we'll say goodbye.
Just
I'll just keep my mouth shut.
They tried to get us to Candlekeep.
Magic the
y'all.
Gathering, guys.
everyone
didn't
just
happen.
silently stare at the camera until Eric cuts the.
That's
feed.
good. I can do that. I don't know.